last time he and I hung out, or all three of us hung out, we went hunting together in Colorado for elk. And my daughter was this 2 years ago? She would have been 6. And my kids were 6 and 9, and I was walking up behind them. They already had an elk down, and we were like, oh, this will only be 400 yards. It was not 400 yards, but they said it was. So I bring this e-bike in, and we climbed to the top of this mountain. My daughter's like B1 at the top of the hill, and I'm trying to call her back, and she already seen them.
Oh, yeah.
And the first thing I hear them say is, you got a rag or you got a t-shirt? I'm like, huh? Because I was like out of breath. And he's standing there fucking bleeding to death. He just stuck his wrist, look at this scar on his arm.
Scar.
So how did I don't even remember even how it happened. I just remember that.
I had its antler tucked in behind my knee, and I was caping out around the bottom of the crown on the antler. And actually when she came up, there was a big rock there, and she's like, how do I get up? And I spun, and I was like, just come around the back. When I spun back, it popped out from behind my knee and hit my elbow, and it just jammed the knife straight in. Oh, shit.
And he's dripping, there's a puddle underneath him like that with blood drops all over it. Like if I had shot a deer and seen it standing there, I'm like, oh, he'll be dead right over there. And he's so crazy.
White as a ghost.
Oh, I was
So
white.
dead that day.
I was definitely white.
He'll be crazy.
That was a fun time.
That was fun. Well, let's kill some shit here today, huh?
Alright, yes.
Did you ever hunt the one up by the house that was in that same draw?
No.
Okay, so there's another stand just up from there. It's right next to Tony's house. So, I mean, it's like from where you guys are going to sleep tonight, you can walk across the road, it's like 100 yards away. But it also helps you from sound and scent. They're used to stuff, so if you have bad wind, they're not really going to notice you there as much.
Right, they'll notice.
But we're going to start you guys on those 2 stands to see what happens here tonight. Probably tomorrow morning. Just kind of go from there. As long as you guys are cool with that, then you can move right into the shop afterwards. So it's just next to me, where Tony lives. So there's 2 houses there, shop in the middle. Got your harnesses, carabiners.
Absolutely.
Tags are good for unit 1 and 2, right? Or at least unit 1.
Unit 1, 1-19.
And we should be good. If you guys want to get ready to hunt, once you guys are ready, we'll take you out, get you in the stand.
I don't know if Gatorade will work. This is Mountain Dew only. So you know where you're going for sure? All right, let me get you. Let's just go through up here. All right. Yep. Good luck. Good luck, man. Sweet. All right, follow us, homeboy. See this alfalfa here too? They got to be coming in here in the evenings, dude. There usually are. There's 6 or 8 does that are here. Right there by that tree I had on camera. And don't look too familiar. The weird ones that then they come in and you'll never see them again. They just follow a doe off a ridge like that, and they follow her down here, and they either get scared or they find another doe, and they move on. The does might want to eat some corn, but the buck's not going to give two fucks about it. But it still lays some pretty good cover scent for you. But I think this will be a fun hunt for you. How you doing, man?
Good, brother.
Good. You ready to kill another monster deer out of nowhere?
I saw a big one this morning. Got hit by a car.
Oh no.
Stopped by in Hill City.
Okay. Oh.
That was the one that Hill was telling me about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Stud 8-point.
Huh. Still had a rack on it?
Yeah.
That's surprising. And you're gonna go right back to where you were last year. I mean, why not? You know.
I was just telling them that. I said, but that different camps, from last time. But
right.
I love to kind of reminisce on the old good stomping ground, I guess.
Yeah. Now, there's some good deer in there, and like I was saying to him, there's a lot of deer that are coming back from breeding, and they're getting. That's how yours got in there last. Only picture I ever saw of that deer was you holding it, dude. I don't even know where he came from, and it's just one of those spots this time of year where does get ran to. It's where the woods run out, and it's in a little bowl right back up here. So you're not going to see a lot of activity up there, but when you do, it's probably going to be a buck following a doe and bedding down in that spot right where you're at. But it's going to be from the ground, if you're cool with that. Cool. And if you're not seeing a lot of deer, well, let me put it this way. If you're seeing a lot of little bucks, that's a bad thing. So it means there's no big bucks around. These woodlots, they're not big enough to hold little deer and big deer this time of year, So if you're seeing mediocre stuff, well, just report every night what you're seeing. Even if it's little, button bucks are great. You know what that means. The moms have been taken away, so we should be in good shape. Any questions? Ready to go kill some shit? Start tonight, all right? We're gonna have you, you can walk back, it's just right there. You're literally probably that big cottonwood right there, maybe the tree that you're sitting under. I think it's a little further back than that, but I really don't wanna have you walk back. I'd rather have you just drive back, because there's gonna be deer right around the road crossing right here, and no sense in pushing them out on foot. They don't seem to care about cars much. It's more or less the people on 2 feet.
These deer could follow because they see the tops of these trees when they're out there in the pastures, and they think there's a river bottom, and that's what draws them in. So they could come from fucking anywhere in here. They could still be bedded up here in the top of this for all we know. I mean, my tail will lay down like that at least out here. So grab a seat, make yourself comfortable. When they come in, have you ever shot one from the ground? Yes. Okay, then you already know. But if I were to give you one piece of advice, let them come in, let their guard down, let them do other things. And once they do that, once their alert's off, you can get away with doing anything. And kill a big one. Cool. Good luck. Okay, let me show you how you do this. So you want to stay hooked into the tree the entire time you're here, okay? Yep. So, just hook into this thing. It's basically just a slip knot, so if it falls, it catches you, okay? Gotcha. Just push it up and then go up, and when you come down, bring it down with you. If you get the chance to pop a good buck, that's your best buck, take them, okay? But don't settle, you know? As long as you're happy at the end of the day is all I really care about, okay?
We just put out our 11-11 group. We got everybody out. It's 2:21 in the afternoon and it's hot. It's 63 degrees, unfortunately, but not hot enough to really scare me, I guess, but it's not cold enough to be excited. I'll leave it with that. What we're doing today is putting people out in their new sets. We've got people in tree stands. We've got people on the ground that are sitting up next to cedars, and we've got people in lock-ons and ladder stands. So there's a variety of things you can use out here, but this camp is a fresh date every year. 11-11 we do from the 11th to the 16th, and that usually runs right into or over the Nebraska rifle opener as well, which we'll be hitting this Saturday. But for people that want to come on this date, this is the date when deer are coming out of lockdown. They've been breeding, they're going to come back, and out here, as you can see behind me, there's so much open country out here. You can see the trees down there. That's where they live on a normal day, right? Down in those creek bottoms. But when the does get harassed in, say, Pennsylvania, they just run and they run and they run, and they're still in the woods, and they end up breeding somewhere in the woods. Somebody watches, and they're in that realm. But out here, these deer, the does will run, and they'll just run through crap like this, and they just run till there's nowhere else to go. They stop, they breed, and when they come back, that's when we pull all the weird bucks, like the stuff we've never seen before. We just put a guy out named Hunter who killed a 160-inch deer out of the stand that he's going to right now on the same day last year. First day, first sit. It was quick, and he killed a 160-inch deer I've never seen in my life. And we've been on that property for 6 years. So that's the kind of thing you can get this time of year. The bad part about this time of year is that you get a lot of deer with broken racks, broken halves. Sometimes deer don't come back. Maybe they got shot by somebody else, or they got distracted by a doe and went 2 miles the other way. But stay tuned for the week. We're now just waiting for phone calls to come in and start tracking deer. So we're just gonna put a few new straps on this stand here. This bottom one's looks like a little bit neglected. I hate to say it, but that's why we come in here every year and we double check them just to make sure before anybody gets in the stand that we got another layer of protection for you. And while I go up, you can see I got my harness on, so you know I can keep myself safe if I do end up falling, especially in these lock-ons like this. As you can see, they're not the safest looking things, and they're probably more dangerous than they even look, but I usually let the extra hang for a little while, just in case I can get enough room to go around and tie it in one more time, even loosely. But these Prusik knots, the biggest reason I'm filming this right now is that we want to make sure people know how to use these Prusik knots on these properties. First things first, if this isn't on your stand when you get here, don't go up in the tree. As you can hear, it's plenty windy out here, and we get these cottonwoods rocking on these trees. That bark eats away at these straps just a little bit at a time, and over the course of a couple of years with some sun bleaching and rot from the weather, it doesn't take much to make them pop. So we add a new strap every year. We make sure that these are all intact, so that when you get here, you can hook your carabiner into it. Now this one already has a carabiner on it. I'm gonna hook to the carabiner, but I don't recommend you do that while you're hunting because of that sound right there. Maybe that one time you move and you'll make that click and you're toast from the deer. But if you already have a carabiner, cool, take the other one out of there and just leave it on the ground right at the base of the stand in case somebody forgets theirs, because that happens all the time as well. But the point of these prusik knots on here are tied to the bottom of the tree and the top, so you can slide up and down and stay connected the entire time. If you look at the top of the tree right now, you can see how bad it's swaying and back and forth, and it isn't even that windy out here. So this whole tree is moving a couple, 3 or 4 inches, and this isn't even windy. So that's why you got to wear these carabiners and wear a harness on your back, because if that stand and that equipment fails while you're up here, you're going to figure out how good your health insurance is, and we don't need to figure that out. Nobody wants to be in the hospital or worse. But the key also in using these safety harnesses is to take this thing off when you get to the top of the tree and then just be relaxed and free. Don't take it off. Put it up behind you as far as it'll go, and you can sit down and it's just a little bit tight. That way, if you do fall, you don't fall out of the tree. There's no point to risking your back when you can walk down with the knot and keep things safe. This equipment doesn't even cost a lot. It's like $20 for a rope, maybe 40, whatever it is. It's not worth the risk. These straps are a few dollars each. You know, you come in here and you see these straps, you go, oh, this thing's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. Add another $3 strap so you can bolster your confidence going into the stand that you're not gonna have an accident. And if something does fail, that you've got your ass covered.